This episode of K12 Admin Connect is brought to you by Synetic and K12TechLeaders.com.
Synetic Technologies specializes in IT asset management, disposition, along with supporting all of our K-12 customers with Google Workspace for Education, licenses, support, training, so on and so forth. That's why you're here today. IT asset management, for many of you, that includes everything from deployment of devices. We are a full white glove deployment, OEM agnostic. We are an Apple authorized service provider. Truly, we don't mind where you get any of your devices or what type you have. We can support them all, from deployment to repairs, all the way through when you are ready to dispose of those through your surplus technology process. We are a NAID AAA facility, which means we have to adhere to NIST 888 compliance. And we're also an R2v3, meaning anything that we can't resell for you, we sustainably recycle it. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Joe so he can get started on the latest updates from Google this past month.
All right. Well, hey there, and welcome to the December 2024 edition of the Admin Connect webinar series, which, as Amy mentioned, is proudly presented by Synetic. My name is Joe Smizer, and I am so excited to have you join us today. All right. So today, we're going to take a look at all the latest and greatest updates from Google Workspace for Education. We'll take a look at some new features and discuss how they may impact you, your students, and your school district. And we'll also try to answer two key questions. So the first question is, with the end of Chrome Sign Builder coming up, what are we going to do to replace it? And secondly, what is Google Vids, or what are Google Vids? And so we'll take a look at those two at the end of our presentation today as well. As always, we have a chance for some Q&A during the webinar. If I miss those questions in the chat, I'll also have some time for some Q&A at the end as well. Additionally, this webinar is being recorded, and that recording, the slide deck, and other resources will be shared with you later today on K12TechLeaders.com. Lastly, if you missed that, you can also catch the recording on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. All right, so with the housekeeping out of the way, let's get started. Again, as always, I'll get started with this question for you. What Google Workspace for Education questions or tips or tricks do you have? If you have any questions, any tips, any tricks, anything that's come up, anything you're planning, or just a new feature that you discovered this month that you really, really enjoy and think other people should know, I'd encourage you to drop that in the chat. All right. While you do that, again, we'll come back and take a look at your responses later in the webinar. But for now, we'll dive in and we'll take a look at what's new in December of 2024. And we'll get started with a couple new features inside of Google Classroom. We talked about this last month that this was coming, but now teachers have the ability to request third-party apps for their students. So Google understands that managing third-party apps can be a bit of a juggling act inside of the admin console. So they're introducing a streamlined workflow for your educators to be able to request access on behalf of their students. That means designated teachers can now act as trusted gatekeepers, vetting and requesting apps, making the whole process smoother for everyone. So maybe you set this up so that all of your teachers can approve these or request them, or maybe you just hand it over to, say, your teaching and learning leaders and allow them to review these as the requests come in. Totally up to you on how you set up this workflow in your organization. But let's imagine it this way. An educator identifies an awesome new learning app and wants their students to be able to use it. Instead of navigating a complex approval process, they can simply submit a request on behalf of the entire class. This empowers educators to curate valuable learning experiences while maintaining control over which apps are being used. And then for you as the Google Workspace administrator, that means greater oversight and efficiency. You can delegate the initial vetting process to your educators, reducing your workload and ensuring app requests are aligned with your educational goals. It's all about creating a more collaborative and efficient approach to app management inside of your Google Workspace for Education domain. Additionally, last year, Google Classroom introduced the feature for teachers to mark student assignments as excused rather than assigning a numerical score. Additionally, teachers were given the ability to manually mark assignments as missing or complete and automatically assign a default draft score. These updates provide teachers with increased flexibility in grading those assignments and classwork. Building on those improvements, Google Classroom now allows teachers to include missing and excused grades when exporting grades from Google Classroom to their student information systems. So to utilize this feature, administrators first have to establish that connection between the SIS and Google Classroom. And then once connected, teachers can export those grades directly from the Grades tab. I'll point out here that this is available now, but it does require the Google Workspace for Education Plus license. All right, as we keep going, a couple other things I'll point out surrounding Gemini. So Google is rolling out the Gemini app with enhanced data protection to our teen users in Google Workspace for Education. That means that your students who are marked as being over 13 years of age or 13 and older can now experience the power of generative AI in a safe and responsible environment. Google has taken extra precautions to ensure their privacy, so chats won't be reviewed by humans or used to train the Google AI models. This launch is more than about technology. It's about empowering the next generation. So Google collaborated with child development experts, learning scientists, and even youth advisory panels to create an experience that fosters confident and responsible AI use. The Gemini app provides personalized learning support, practice materials, and real-time feedback, all while helping your teens develop essential skills for this new AI-driven world. And to kick things off, teens will be guided through an AI literacy video endorsed by leading online safety organizations like Connect Safely. This video provides valuable tips on navigating the world of generative AI responsibly. Google is confident that the Gemini app will be a game changer for your students. And again, I'll point out another really nice thing about this is as they interact with Gemini, the responses Gemini is going to give back are steered or guided back towards age-appropriate resources and responses. So if they put in certain information, instead of giving the adult response, it's going to give back that moderated or controlled teen response. As we keep going, Google Docs users with access to Gemini can now create unique images, content, and summaries directly within their documents, leveraging the advanced Imagen 3 model. And this allows users to generate photorealistic images in various styles and aspect ratios by simply typing a prompt. Additionally, you can also use this, like I mentioned, to generate text, generate summaries, and more. To really show this off, I want to demonstrate this inside of Google Docs real fast. So the Help Me Write feature, if you have Gemini, has been there for a while. What's new is you can now use it to create summaries. So I can say, have to actually click in there, create a summary of Synetic.com. I'll hit create, and it's going to go out, take a look at the Synetic website, and then create a summary of it. Let's see. We'll try another one. How about USD497.org? Just to demonstrate that this does work. There we go. So this comes back and it'll give you summary of the website. You can point this to any website, maybe it's a news article, and you can have it automatically summarize and then insert that into your document. Additionally, you can use the Gemini button up in the top right corner, and now you can use it to generate images. So I typed in create an image of a school, and it then runs from there. I can also come in and preview these, generate more, and I can change the style all through Gemini. And so when I'm ready, maybe I want to use this image of a school that it created. All I have to do is select it and click insert, and now that image is ready for me to use. All right, coming back, additionally, Google Workspace users can now access the Gemini mobile app on their Android and iOS devices, enabling them to utilize Gemini's capabilities on the go. With the app, your users can perform research, get quick answers, and even leverage their phone's camera to digitize written notes or create visualizations from whiteboard drawings, all while maintaining enterprise-grade data security. This rollout also extends across all Google Workspace for Education users, further integrating Gemini into the educational experience. Some web features like workspace extensions and file uploads are not yet supported on the mobile app. The app provides a convenient way for your Google Workspace users to engage Gemini outside of the traditional desktop environment. If you haven't tried it yet, I'd really encourage you to try out the mobile app, specifically the ability to talk with Gemini live. It's really a pretty powerful feature. My daughter's been using it at home to help with math assignments. She can have that conversation in real time with Gemini and have some help either going through, practice questions or getting help with questions in math. As we keep going, a few other new features that I want to touch on real briefly. Google Docs is introducing a new collection of building blocks and enhancements to streamline workflows and boost productivity. Your users can now leverage building blocks for task management, contact lists, decision logs, and more so that you can enable efficient collaboration and organization inside Google Docs. A new sidebar simplifies building block browsing and selection, while improvements to table building blocks such as table title rows and column types further enhance document structure and data accuracy. As we keep going, Google Workspace is simplifying the implementation of context-aware access policies with new insights and recommendations. And again, context-aware access policies are rules that you can create that limit how users can interact with your Google Workspace domain. Ooh, lost a microphone there. As we keep going, additionally, it also could be used to limit sign-in. So maybe set it up so that your users are unable to sign into your Google Workspace domain from outside the United States or from a device that's not identified as being secure. That way you can further enhance the security of your domain. These new recommendations allow you to take a look at what's going to happen inside of your domain before you implement them, right? So you can see how these rules may impact your domain before you give them teeth inside of monitor mode. The enhancement streamlines security management, allowing you to effortlessly strengthen your organization's cybersecurity posture. And again, context-aware access is available with Google Workspace for Education Plus. And Google Meet live streams now include in-meeting chat messages, enhancing inclusivity and information sharing for all attendees. Previously only visible to those in the main meeting, chat messages such as links and timekeeping notes will now be accessible to live stream viewers as well. So maybe this is PD that you're making available to your entire district. Maybe it's an all-school assembly. Maybe it's an open house with your parents. Now you can use the live stream feature to have that core group of individuals in the meeting, and then the attendees, those watching, can watch via live stream, and you can share chat messages and links with them through the chat. This update ensures that everyone, regardless of how they join the meeting, has access to the same information and can fully participate in the conversation. A couple other quick enhancements that I want to touch on. Google Slide users now have the ability to access a refreshed library of high-quality, professionally designed templates to create impactful presentations with ease. This diverse collection caters to various needs, including business presentations, educational materials, and team-building activities. With a simple click of the new Templates button or through the Insert menu, your users can browse and select templates that align with their style and purpose, saving time on design and focusing on content creation. Google Workspace is enhancing collaboration and productivity by automatically installing the Google Drive chat app for users. This app allows users to seamlessly respond to comments, manage access requests, and stay informed with Drive file activity directly from Google Chat. Features like inline comment resolution, access level management, and mention notifications. Your users can streamline the workflow and stay connected without ever switching applications. And I skipped this one, but dropping back, GemMy users can now enhance their gems with uploaded reference documents, including Google Docs and Sheets. This feature allows for more tailored and efficient use of Gemini by grounding responses in specific files, such as style guides, project files, or internal documents. By providing relevant context, gems can generate more accurate and informed outputs, further streamlining workflows and boosting productivity. All right. So with that, I want to talk about a couple big topics with our remaining time together today. And the first is the end of Chrome Sign Builder. So a lot of us, myself included, have used Chrome Sign Builder for digital signage inside of our schools. It was an easy way to lock Chrome devices into presentations or videos or YouTube playlists so that every time that device turned on, it automatically went to that signage. You could also use it to schedule different signage types. Having said that, as you may know, Google is phasing out Chrome apps in favor of new technologies, and as a result, Chrome Sign Builder will be sunsetting in January of 2025. Again, if you're using Chrome Sign Builder for your digital signage, it's going to be going away next month. This means it's time to start thinking about alternative solutions for your digital signage needs. Don't worry, though, there are great options out there. If your needs are simple and you primarily use Sign Builder to display Google Slides, Kiosk Mode offers a built-in solution that's easy to use. It's perfect for basic signage like displaying announcements or presentations. However, if you require a more advanced feature, like scheduling presentations, incorporating live news or weather feeds, or managing multiple screens, you may want to explore the world of dedicated digital signage solutions. There are many powerful platforms out there with robust features. Today, we'll take a look at one of those solutions, as well as how you can use kiosk mode as a simple replacement. So as we think about the complex digital signage, maybe you've been using Chrome Sign Builder to schedule more complex digital signage. So for example, presenting one presentation during the day and then showing another after school, or having a separate schedule for your board meetings or on game day. If that's the case, you might consider Rise Vision. With Rise Vision, you get access to a library of over 500 customizable templates, so you can easily create stunning visuals for any occasion. Whether it's promoting events, sharing important announcements, or simply brightening up your space, Rise Vision has you covered. It's incredibly user-friendly, works with a wide range of devices, and comes with free support and training. I'll also point out it's trusted by over 9,000 organizations, ranging from schools and businesses to government agencies. It's simple, affordable, and an effective way to transform your communication in your buildings. If you'd like to learn more about Rise Vision, I'd encourage you to contact me, and I can get you set up with some additional information for you and your school. But if you've only been using Chrome Sign Builder to lock in those devices into a Google slide presentation or something simple, maybe you can use kiosk mode as a replacement. So let's dive into the easiest way to get your Google Slides up on your Chrome devices and transform them into digital signage. And that's going to be kiosk mode. It's built right into your Chrome device, and it's already a part of Google Workspace. So it's already free. All you have to do is set it up. As we think through setting up kiosk mode and digital signage, the first thing we'll do is publish Google Slides and our presentation to the web and grab that URL. Then we'll add that URL as a kiosk mode app on our device. And finally, a quick tweak to our device settings will allow us to prevent it from falling asleep. And there we have it. We'll have some digital signage. I want to demonstrate this step by step so that we can see this. So I've got some digital signage here. Welcome to Mount Oriad Schools. I want this to be displayed in our district headquarters on our signage there. What I can do, I'm going to go up to File, and then I'm going to drop down to Share, and I'm going to publish it to the web. From there, I'm going to decide, you know what, 3 seconds seems pretty fast. I'm going to have this advance every 5 seconds. I want the slideshow to start as soon as it loads, and I want the slideshow to restart as soon as we get to the end of the last slide. From there, I can also look at publish content settings. What I'm going to do is hit publish. Now that I have this published, I'm going to come down and grab this URL. This is the URL of our slideshow. I'm going to hit copy, and now we'll take this into the admin console. I'm going to refresh, and no, I don't have to sign in again. Awesome. We'll wait for this to load. Hopefully. There we go. Let's try this a different way. All right, so we're going to come down to devices, and then we're going to select Chrome, and then we'll go down to apps and extensions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to kiosks, and I'm going to add the app. And what I'm going to do is add it as a URL, add by URL. And all I have to do is paste that in and hit save. From there, I'll hit agree. And so now I've got my URL set up. From there, what I need to do is I want to make sure that we auto launch this app in kiosk mode every time the device turns on. And so I'm going to go up to auto launch app, and instead of none, I'm going to select our presentation, and then I'm going to hit save. So now I have this set up for our entire domain. There's one more step I need to do. I need to make sure that this doesn't fall asleep. And so I'm going to go into my settings here. Again, I'm inside of the admin console, Chrome, and now I've gone up to settings. And what I'm going to do is select device settings. And then after that loads, I'm going to search for kiosk. So using the search up here, I'm going to look in full text, looking for kiosk. And from there, I can drop down, and I'm going to go down to kiosk power settings and select AC kiosk power settings. So anytime our device is connected to the power supply, and I've got this policy to configure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set these all to 0. That way it stays awake indefinitely. And then I'm going to say, as well, I'm also going to say do nothing. So now I've got our policy configured to always keep a device awake. When it reaches that time in the event that it somehow does, it's going to be set to do nothing instead of falling asleep, instead of turning off or turning out a screensaver. We'll just have it stay up indefinitely. So now I've got a device up there. This failed to hit save. Let's see, we'll set that to do nothing. We'll hit save, and our policy is ready to go. And so again, this allows us to use our Google slide presentations that we've always been using. And instead of locking them into Chrome Sign Builder, we can just add them as a URL in kiosk mode. Okay, with that, we'll pivot and we'll talk a little bit about Google Vids. So Google Workspace for Education Plus users now have access to a new tool, a new app, Vids. Vids is a brand new collaborative video creation app designed to specifically aid teaching and learning. Vids makes it easy for students and educators to create engaging videos, empowering the next generation of storytellers. With Vids, students can collaborate on projects, bring their ideas to life, and develop essential digital skills. Educators can use Vids to create dynamic lessons, explain complex concepts, and provide personalized feedback. This exciting addition to Google Workspace opens a world of possibilities for enriching the educational experience and fostering deeper engagement in the classrooms. Thinking through this, let's dive a little bit deeper into Vids. Google Vids isn't just about creating videos, it's about creating them together. So Vids makes collaboration a breeze with familiar Google Workspace features like tagging, commenting, and easy sharing. So let's imagine students working together seamlessly on video projects, providing feedback, and then working through their ideas in real time. Educators can even assign Vids activities in Google Classroom and seamlessly integrate existing content from Drive, such as screencasts, slides, and photos. To help you get started, Vids offers a variety of editable education templates, sparking creativity and providing a framework for engaging video projects. With Vids, you're not just creating videos, you're empowering the next generation of storytellers. Vids provides the tools to capture students' attention, cater to diverse learning styles, and improve knowledge retention through dynamic video lessons. So let's imagine the possibilities here of students crafting compelling stories, explaining complex concepts, and then sharing their unique perspectives through the power of video. Additionally, Vids goes beyond basic recording, offering a rich set of features to elevate student creations. And they can also incorporate visuals from a vast library of royalty-free videos, images, GIFs, and music, or they can add their own personal touch as well. Students can even practice their presentation skills with built-in script creation and teleprompter. Additionally, Vids provides a platform for students to develop essential communication and creative thinking skills. And again, thinking through this, it's time to go beyond traditional teaching methods, and we can embrace the power of video to engage our audience and help students express themselves. With Google Vids, we can create some videos that will transform learning experiences and create a more dynamic and interactive environment. Again, imagine replacing a standard research paper assignment with captivating video presentations where students showcase their findings in a creative and engaging way. They can also create bite-sized explainer videos that educators can watch at their own pace rather than diving into lengthy professional development videos. As we keep going, instead of explaining a complex concept over and over, they can create a series of short videos to illustrate the concept so students can watch it multiple times. Again, I want to highlight this. We can also add some additional features to this with AI. With Google Vids, creating polished and professional videos is easier and faster than ever thanks to the power of AI. By integrating Gemini, your educators gain access to generative AI tools that streamline the entire video production process, from creation and editing to customization. Imagine generating a complex storyboard with just a simple prompt, complete with suggested scenes, a script, and even stock videos pulled from Drive. Vids takes the guesswork out of video creation, providing a solid foundation to build upon. All right, I want to highlight this real fast again. I'm going to go to Google Drive, and we'll take a look at what this looks like. Give me 1 second to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close out of this, and I'm going to go to Google Drive. And then what I'm going to do, I can go to New, and then I can drop down to Vids. The easiest way to get started with Vids, again, if you have a Google Workspace for Education Plus license, is just to go to Drive, select New, and then select Vids. Once it starts, I can say what I want this video to be about, and then hit Next, and it will walk me through the video creation process. So I'll say, you know what, create a video explaining the Battle of the bulge. So coming up on Christmas, I always remember this. My grandfather was taken prisoner on Christmas Eve of 1944 in the Battle of the Bulge. So maybe we want to learn more about that battle. I typed it in, and now I can see an outline that's already been made by Google. So we can see an introduction, backgrounds, the German offensive, as well as some additional things going into this video. I'll hit next. From there, I can decide what design I want to use. I'll select this one here, and then I'll select create the draft video. Then Vids is going to take it and run with it. We'll give it a couple moments to generate this video for us. There we go. And so now we have this timeline across the bottom where we can scroll through and we can see different elements that have been created for us. As I go over, maybe I want to look at our introduction. I can see here the Battle of the Bulge was a crucial turning point in World War II, fought between December of 44 and January of 1945. I've got video going. I don't know if you can hear this, but when I hit play, or if I need to change that soundtrack, I can. Additionally, if I want to add narration to it, I can record myself with this script, or I can have AI generate the narration for me with any of these built-in voices. And again, maybe I want to add in text, add in shapes, my own videos, my own art. I can do that. I can also share this with other students or other staff as I collaborate with this. And then when I'm done, all I have to do is either hit play or I can download it as an MP4 video. And again, that is Vids inside of Google Workspace. All right. Briefly, I want to touch on one current open beta. Again, data classification labels are coming to Gmail, and this is now in an open beta. Previously available for Google Drive, this feature allows your organization to categorize and protect sensitive information inside of your emails according to the specific guidelines that you set up. So by applying labels like sensitive or confidential or IEP, the Google Workspace administrator can enforce data loss prevention or DLP rules and control the flow of sensitive information. This functionality enhances data security and helps you comply with data governance policies. You have the ability to create new data classification labels or extend existing ones from Drive to Gmail using the label manager in the admin console. You can also configure DLP rules based on those labels, triggering actions like blocking emails sent outside the organization or automatically applying labels based on the content of the email. Your end users can view and apply data classification labels when composing emails inside of gmail.com. This, again, promotes awareness and adherence to data handling policies. All right. So with that, I've reached the end of our webinar today. I'll hand things over to you. What questions do you have? And again, I encourage you to type those questions into the chats. As you type those questions in, I want to bring a couple things to your attention. Again, the recording, slide deck, and other resources from today's presentation will be shared at K12techleaders.com later today. Additionally, at K12techleaders.com, you can sign up for our next webinar. We'll be discussing both e-waste as well as how we can start planning for our deployments next summer at our webinar coming up later this month. All right. I'm not seeing any questions at this time. So, Matthew with a quick one. I'm trying to use Google Meet for classroom translation, but the translated caption option won't show up. I noticed that on this call, I'm not sure what I'm missing. Matthew, I'd be more than happy to help troubleshoot this with you off the air. One thing I'll point out, you need to make sure that everyone has the appropriate license, as well as potentially having the feature turned on in Meet. And so I'll help you, be more than happy to help you troubleshoot that. Just Michael asks, using kiosk mode for simple signage, will it automatically update when changes are made to the slides? Yes, it should. I have troubleshooted this. I have tried it out to make sure this works. I will double check that though and include that in the slide, in the email that I send out later today. Great question, Michael. Paul mentions how to access Gemini. I don't see Google Docs to use and summarize web pages like you showed. So you need to make sure that you have a Gemini license for that to work. If you do have a license, That is a feature that's being rolled out incrementally, so it might not have reached you yet. And then James asks, is Vids available in all editions? Vids is available to users who have a Gemini license or users who have Google Workspace for Education Plus. As we think about that, if you're looking for the ultimate experience inside Google Workspace, I'd strongly encourage you to consider Google Workspace for Education Plus. In that one complete package, you get access to tools for your educators like Vids, as well as features like originality reports or advanced features in Google Meet like breakout rooms. You also get access to all the latest and greatest security features in the admin console as well. So everything is included in Google Workspace for Education Plus. If you'd like to learn more about those licenses, again, I encourage you to reach out. I'd be more than happy to meet with you. Also, Amy mentions in the chat, if you'd like to book time with me, if you want to book time to take a look at your Google Meet settings or anything else, feel free to book time with me. I'd love to help answer your questions however I can. I was in your shoes. I worked as a Google Workspace administrator for a school district for almost a decade. I mentioned that because that's where my heart is. I'd love to help you however I can. And then lastly, Adam says off topic, does anyone have a solution to prevent students from uploading videos, music, games into slides? I know this is mostly an admin issue, but it's a big issue in my district. Yeah, that's a great question, Adam. I'm not familiar with a way to prevent that offhand. I'd be more than happy to research that. Does anybody else in the call know of a great way to prevent students from uploading videos, music, and other things? Michelle mentions blocking YouTubeeducation.com. Yeah, that would be one possibility there for sure. You could also take a look at some other sharing settings as well. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your busy schedule to drop by and learn a little bit more about the new features inside Google Workspace. And again, if there's ever anything we can do here at Synetic to support you and your technology, don't hesitate in reaching out. Again, we can help with everything from Google Workspace licenses to deployments and recycling and more. Keep us in mind. We'd love to help. With that, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a great afternoon, and we'll see you next time.